in Nigeria, they will loot money meant for development, and they will never do anything. There's also another part of them that even when they try to do something, right, they will budget exorbitant amount of money for substandard projects that one single rain could just wash off so that they can rebudget it next year. That's if they ever try to do it. And that's what this guy saw in his area, where Obaseki, we believe, just constructed this drainage and was doing this road as well. And after one single rain, be like abracadabra. Watch this.
Obaseki government, PDP, Obaseki government. Look at the drainage system that was constructed in less than 3 months by the Commissioner for Road and Bridges, Etanozame. Etanozame, look at your handwork. Etanozame, look at your handwork. This is the handwork. And as I speak with you now, the contractors and all the workers have left and abandoned this project. For the past 3-4 weeks, no sign of their equipment, nor their workers. Look at what Obaseki government have done to the people of Amufi and Ukpaga. This was we saw in the media every time. Construction of Amufi Ukpaga road. Look at the look at the result. Less than 2 months. Less than 2 months. Look at what Obaseki has cost to these people. Look at the houses in this area. They have been left incapacitated. Obaseki government. Now to do. Just look at what is going on here. Look at what is going on here. This is the drainage system that they said the Commissioner for Road and Bridges, Etanozame, is constructing. Look at it. Look at it. Just take a look. Abandoned project. PDP. Our mumu don't do. Obaseki. Our mumu don't do. You cannot fool us any longer. Look at the road you claim you are doing. Look at the drainage system. All these whole places has been left abandoned. All because of you. Just look at. Just look at. Houses crumbled. Look at people's residents. This is what Obaseki has cost. Look at Obaseki. Commissioner for Road and Bridges. Look at your handwork. Look at your handwork. Uncompleted project. And then you'll be shouting on media. Construction of Amufi Ukpaga Road. Ongoing. Look at. Just take a look at. Take a look at what this devilish government is causing on Edolite. Just take a look at. This same drainage system or tunnel, I don't know whatever they say they constructed, was just less than 3 months. Just less than 3 months. Look at everything. Look at. Commissioner Etanozame, look at your handwork. Commissioner for Road and Bridges. This is your handwork. This is your handwork, Etanozame. This is Amufi Ukpaga Road. was the same drainage system they said they were constructing. Just less than 2 months. The whole thing don't share body. Obaseki, our mumu don't do. This is Amufi, Okpara Road, that they are making noise about online in the media. Construction of Amufi Okpara Road. Just look at the pains and suffering that they have brought to these people. Commissioner for Road and Bridges, Etan Ozame, look at your handwork. Take a look at your handwork. Every day they will be making noise. Construction of Okpara Amufi Road ongoing. Look at. Very selfish and wicked government that we have. Look at stores are here. They have been left abandoned. Just look at Obaseki. We are wiser now. Edo people must matter. Edo people must matter.
I know. It's a nice song. And you can just imagine tens of thousands of communities like that scattered all over the whole contraption where people just make quick money. They make the money from that road, right? And they go buy themselves expensive automobile, or they'll go build themselves a fancy house somewhere. And then they will go to their churches or go to their mosques to do Thanksgiving. God has been so good to them. This year, they made so much money doing nothing, just pretending that they wanted to construct or reconstruct a road, only to make it worse. Now somebody's going to re-award the contract to somebody else. And they could probably have been awarding it for like maybe about 4 or 5 years already, 4 or 5 times. Until somebody will now come and say, okay, let's do it now. They will now do it. So the money that they could use to construct drainages, roads in about 4 or 5 places, they will use that in constructing one, because the rest of the money goes into the private pocket of the political jobbers. It's just like a gift. Give them, say, you come, what can I do for you? You're just, you're just a stubborn person, and I like you. Do you want to go to Umefi Road? I'll give you, let me see what I have in my diary for you. I don't know if can you manage 100 million naira contract? You don't really have to do it, but you can pretend to be 100 million. Is that okay? So I'll manage it, sir. Thank you. Girlfriend, we don't know anything about construction. So give him give 100 million naira contract to go and construct the community road that you saw there. And then they will say, Jamila Construction Limited. All of that, all the signboard, all of the red sand, they will pour everywhere, take pictures, take a video, do everything. Now just to confirm payments. So once they use that, they drop that, right? Then the payments will land in their bank, and then boom. You won't see them again at the location of the construction. Rather, they will be busy at their own construction site, building fancy houses for themselves. Some will even go and buy a house in Lagos, buy an expensive car, okay? But you won't know that they are the people that got the contract to reconstruct the community school or community health center in 4 or 5 local government areas in some states, in far away from Lagos. That's how they run it. That's what they said, that the elites are cashing out. That's how they run it. Money meant for development ended up in private pockets of individuals because of their connection to those in power. And then you would think, arrest the contractor then. You are supposed to arrest the contractor for failing. Which contractor? Their girlfriends or their wives or their in-laws? Or do you really think when you see Raymond Construction, do you really think it's about Raymond and Raymond? They are just SPV, special purpose vehicles. They are just there to take out that money and take it out and take it out. just don't know why people don't see that all the time anyway. Because you see, the people that are collecting the money, not doing the job, they are members of the political party. They are members of the governor's team. So it's just going to be a talk like, OVA. I saw a video online. It's about that road. Are you not the one we gave that road contract to? You know, what happened? People are already, I don't like what I saw. See, Godwin, you would have to forgive me. Immediately that money was paid at the home my bank. Okay. And I guess some other things, the money just went into it. But I'm waiting for a particular money next month. And I will start the project. I will continue the project. You'll be my person now. I said, you know, since maybe people could ask about this project. You know what? I will talk to the commissioner of finance. Let's see if they can make arrangement for, let's say, 50 million naira for you so that you can start doing something there. Okay. I don't like how people are complaining. Thank you so much, my friend. I promise you, I promise. Once I get that 50 million, we are going to start laying out a lie. I have seen that many times. Let me tell you a story. When I was still in Nigeria, I think I've shared this story with you before, but I'll say it again. So I had a friend who wanted to be a counselor, and we had a youth organization that we called the PYM, Progressive Youth Movement. I founded it. It was from Odogbolu, my hometown. The idea was that let's bring all the youth together, make use of our number to our own advantage, where we can attract, good things like scholarship, empowerment for the young people. When I say scholarship, I'm talking about a proper one for secondary school students and all that. And then we started asking ourselves, so one of us we wanted to be a counselor. In our own small mind that time, maybe not too small, but small mind was like, that would be a good thing. If one of us become a counselor, he can use his position in government to attract support for our union, our organization, and we can help all of the young people in Odogbolu because we're actually raising money. We're collecting donations. We're paying school fees as scholarships for students. We're organizing quiz competitions in Odogbolu. It was massive. Then it was like, okay, yeah, let's do that then. So he ended up joining PDP. That's how I kind of got closer to them as well because I had to help my friend. He never really became a counselor with PDP anyway because I left Nigeria before all of that could happen myself. All right. But anyway, while I was there, right, it was easier for those Baba. They know. Let me tell you something. You see, most of the people that you see defending these old criminals in APC and PDP, they were spotted. Do you understand? Like they were like scouted. I'll tell you. There are hundreds, if not thousands of youth that ordinarily believes that we need the authority of those older people. Like it's natural if you are joining a political party in Nigeria. So even if you are the largest demography, like you are the young people are the largest, the biggest or largest demography, right? They still need the validation of the older people. For example, if you want to choose one person among you as your youth leader, the older people still have to say if they don't like that person, then that person can't really be that youth leader. I'm just saying, right? But that's not even the point. The point here is that you see, among those heads, those babas, they can spot what they call assets. This one is going to be a very good asset. No, this one is a very sharp boy. No, that's a very smart girl. And she's beautiful as well. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's an asset. So they have a way of picking. And this is what they do, right? Something that somehow you are going to be like, you could be that person. And from there, right, those of you who are those assets that they will start grooming you. Like maybe giving you some little assignments, giving you attention. At a meeting, just kind of call you out and say, hey, what do you think? So I got spotted. That's the point. I got spotted. And I was actually penned down or penciled down to be a personal assistant to or special advisor to one of the older men who were so prominent in Ogun State PDP at the time. I was going to be his essay. It was already like tutoring and then nurturing and kind of bringing you or thereabout. So they have a means of picking people, right? That they can then make you believe that you have a chance of succeeding us. Since you have a chance of succeeding us, then you will be the one to actually talk to your friends, your colleagues, and calm them down that they may have the number, but they do not really have any power to make any difference or anything at all. And there are so many young people that you see today. I've said this before. Many of the younger people, maybe not too young, you see today in their 40s, in their 50s, that you see joining these criminals, these political rogues that you see around today, who have now themselves become governors, they themselves have become this, they become that, and all that. Groomed for the same purpose. That's the purpose of you having to maintain the system for them while they get away with whatever. Because you could do worse. So it is that easy, whereby, so one of these days, right? Or one of those days then, so Benga Daniel was, let me put it this way. There was this fight in PDP Ogun State at the time. So Benga Daniel wanted somebody, Boyega Isiaka, to succeed him. And almost everyone in the state, including all the people he brought into politics, were up against him. So he was now campaigning. So he came to Odogbolu. And where they were gisting and talking, I was privileged to be in that room as well, like, with my own supposed leader too. And he was talking about how people betrayed him, how everyone now says he's drinking Gary with human blood in his office. They said that he buries 7 heads every month to keep his power. So he was talking about all of that. And these were things that we were like seeing in the papers. I never actually thought those things got to him. So you may never probably recognize my face anymore, but he knows me very well, Daniel. So he was now complaining about how he had to borrow over 20 billion naira at the time. He had to borrow 20 billion naira because they wanted to build Goshen City in partnership with Ogun State government. And guess the person who won't build Goshen City? Jide Awosedo. He's late now. He's dead. Reverend Jide Awosedo. It was just like suddenly, like he was rich, he's into real estate. That's the story. But none of us knew that he was connected to government that much that he was able to get over 4 billion naira as a loan for him to kick off a Goshen City. So being gang, right? They stood as guarantor for a private company of Awosedo. And when they got the money out, when Awosedo got his own cash, instead of him to go and start the Goshen City and start building as planned back then, right? Awosedo just printed poster that he was going to succeed Benga Daniel in 2011. So that was what brought out the conversation. So Benga was now telling all those elders there in Egypt, because Awosedo is next to the Awosedo's town. Reverend Jide Awosedo's town is next to my town, Okunwa, Odogbolu, right? So Odogbolu is the headquarters of the entire local government area, yeah? So he was now talking about him. He said, look at Awosedo, that he went all out his way in the name of the state government to secure loan, gave Awosedo over 4 billion. Awosedo took Katakata to the land they will call the Goshen City, created the whole place, plain sight and all that. And that was the only thing he did. Now Awosedo is saying he wants to be governor of Ogun State. Benga was so bitter. But he was so sure that Awosedo was just going to blow the money. He no pay the money back till he die. Benga Daniel was under the probe of EFCC. He's the senator now. Benga Daniel was under the probe of EFCC for more than 16 years. Are you listening? I mean, for more than 12 years, rather, 3 times. Because immediately, Irokunle Amosun came in. They started taking all his properties. Benga Daniel was using Ogun State money to renovate governments. It was renovating government, investment in the state, like the hotels, like a few farms, and he was selling them as scraps to his friends. Use the state's money, renovate your place, fix it and everything, and sell it as a scrap. So when I saw that video of Edo State, I was like, is that not what they normally do? That's how they normally do. They share the contract that way. By the time you discover who was given that contract, you will realize that that person is probably going to open their new mansion, either in Benin City. What's that choice GRA area in Benin? What's the most expensive area in Benin City? I mean, in Edo State, they will probably have property there now, using the money meant for that community's road to finish that, plus other projects he's managed to carry for himself. But Obaseki, what would you do? Ask him, oh yeah, now arrest the people that you gave the money to now. He won't, he can't, because he need them for elections too. But who suffers? The people, unfortunately. I'll show you something. This is Lagos, okay? And this time around, it is that same guy, the Commissioner for Environment, Wahab, was going about areas like Ikoyi, Oniru, Island, and a few other places, okay, where they are currently demolishing illegal structures. Good enough, they are shanties, I would say, right? I've got a few clips for you. Please share.
Good morning.